Right, an awful lot to talk about, 5 minutes to do it in, let's go. So, hi, welcome to week 1 of Oxlog Hillary Term 2013. This is a project where I make weekly videos about my experiences being a student at Oxford University. The point of which is to try and inform students who are thinking of applying to university and to Oxford specifically about the reality of student life, to try and dispel any misconceptions they may have about the university. However, I'm not the only YouTuber that does this kind of thing in Oxford. This term I'm going to be joined by another YouTuber, Jamo Mills, who's a second year PPE student at Bodleian College. He's going to be uploading videos every Thursday about his experiences on a weekly basis being a student. So if you haven't already subscribed to his channel, do. He's done a fantastic series of videos about applying to Oxford step by step in your application, right the way from applying and choosing which college to apply to the interview, to the result. So be sure to subscribe to his channel. I'm really quite excited about this project. This is going to be good. Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you've probably noticed that I'm using a different camera than normal. This camera is a GoPro. It's a camera which the college bought in order to do stuff with their sports teams. I borrowed it for this weekend because of the big thing which happened this week, which was, it snowed, like, quite a lot. So Oxford is a place that's renowned for being really pretty, and Oxford in the snow is just absolutely astonishing. Peters is looking gorgeous at the moment, and I borrowed the GoPro to go up to university parks. These guys were building an igloo, people were having snowball fights, and just generally it's been really, really nice. I also stumbled across an impressive level of dedication from my new favourite varsity sports team. I'm not making this up, this is the Oxford University Quidditch team playing a match. However, despite any meteorological conditions, work has to go on. So this week I've been carrying on in the theory option with canonical quantization of classical fields into quantum field theory, while in atmospheric physics I've been looking at inverse methods. When you look at a map of the Earth and you see a temperature profile for the whole Earth, or wind speed, or whatever it may be, that's been taken from a satellite. You haven't gone all the way around the Earth and put a thermometer in the ground, for example, and got a reading of the temperature for everywhere. What you've done is you've got an instrument on the satellite which takes a reading from space, and it takes a measurement that from that measurement you infer what the temperature is. That's inverse methods, and the real kicker when it comes to that is trying to keep track of the errors which propagate through the maths. So this is the part of the course which is really practically aimed. This is aimed at, if you're going to go into science, this is the kind of bread and butter thing that you're going to be doing. You want to design an instrument for a satellite that's going to go up to space. You need to be able to show how good that instrument's going to be with error bounds. This week is also notable because it's marked the start of my master's project. So as I talked about last week, my master's projects are quite a large part of my degree, and I'm doing my master's project in atmospheric physics. Specifically, I'm looking at stochastic processes in climate modelling. I will be talking about this in future videos, don't worry. Oh, 5 minutes really is not that long at all. So last week I chickened out a bit and I didn't really fulfil my promise of looking at something specific at Oxford. So this week I jumped right into the big league and I went to the Bodleian Library. Now Bodleian Libraries is a collection of 40 libraries which services all of the University of Oxford. What I went to was the Old Bodleian, which is the central library really in the whole network, and was founded in 1602 by Thomas Bodley. I like going to work there because it's utterly silent. Like in Peters College Library you could be forgiven for, you know, rustling a sweet wrapper or, you know, answering your phone as you walk out. You would be crucified if you did that in the Bodleian. Plus, as you can see from the footage, like, it's a really, really beautiful building. And it's a legal deposit library, which means it's entitled to a copy of every book which is published in the UK. In fact, its collections grow at a rate of 5,000 books per week. I think at last count it had like 12 million books or something like that. And it includes really rare and precious things like the order of the Magna Carta and Newton's Principia and Shakespeare's First Folio. Last but not least, the question for you guys. So last week it was so great to hear from so many of you. It was really nice to see you guys talking to each other and answering each other's questions, not least because it saves me a job, but just to let you know that there are other people in the same situation, and that was what I really hoped this segment would do. What's also interesting is the fact that there were a lot of people who are either at Oxford or at university currently. So I've got 2 questions this week. For people who are at university at the moment, please comment with the one bit of advice that you'd like to give to people who are about to apply to university that you'd wish you'd been told when you were applying. People who haven't yet applied to university, is there anywhere in Oxford that you'd like me to cover? That you might have heard of somewhere, like the Ashmolean, or the Natural History Museum, or the Physics Faculty, or whatever. Let me know if there's anywhere that you'd like me to cover, and I will do my best to go there. And, not forgetting, Jamie, welcome to the project. Really looking forward to your video on Thursday and hearing what you've been getting up to. I pass the baton over to you.